working on?
A blog.
Blogging?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's so cool.
Thank you.
Oh, so you're doing it on the computer. Awesome. You're doing it on your iPad.
Yeah.
Who's reading your blog? Do you know?
The world.
The world is reading your blog.
Yeah.
You guys are famous.
My name is Kristen Morrissey. I serve on the Forsyth County Board of Education. At Lambert High School, I'm very excited about it. I have a freshman here myself, and
Does your freshman bring a device to this school?
she does. She has a smartphone, and which is nice. It's like to be able to keep in touch with her. But also, they use it throughout the day, but they don't use it continuously. It's on and off. They don't have to have one, which is useful, but they share each other's.
So I'm Bailey Mitchell, and I'm the Chief Technology and Information Officer for Forsyth County Schools. So we started in 2007. That's when we put in the wireless infrastructure, and it was a grassroots effort. We were working with teachers. Actually, we had students discover that they could get on and participate without any prompting, which was a good thing. That's what we wanted. But we started working in a grassroots sense through our instructional technology specialists with those teachers who were willing to try to figure out what this could be for instruction. There's always apprehension, and it's terrifying, right, to think that this would create a certain kind of chaos. You would lose control. And honestly, if you're in that category even now, that's fine. We're working with teachers. We call it a coalition of the willing, and that are willing to kind of take that step forward, work with us with some hand-holding from the building level instructional technology specialists, from our education technology department. So some guidance, some support, and we call them our trailblazers.
So what I did was I just kind of gave them a general topic, and then they were supposed to come up with their own idea, let them kind of come up with what they're interested in. So as you walk around, you notice that this group of boys, they all pick sports. So they're on sports versus the girls right here that picked books. So it kind of just lets them do their own thing, and so they're more interested in looking up the information because they actually find it interesting. So yeah.
You did do it on one of your devices. How would you get into your teacher?
Probably email it to my teacher said to email to them.
And you know how to do that?
Yeah. Or
Was it hard to learn how to do all that?
No.
Since,
Negatives, no. It's loud. so if you like a quiet classroom, this is not the day for it. And there's always the chance that they're a little off topic. I try to just transition as smoothly as possible. That way, if it's a little bit of they start getting off task, it's the next thing's ready to go. So they follow along with that.
We're working on a stop motion using a whiteboard. So we draw our pictures, and we take a picture of the board every time we make a small adjustment. And if we put the picture together, we get a movie. This is a storyboard. We use it to plan our events, like what we're gonna say during the picture, what the picture is gonna be about, what music we're gonna use, and how we're gonna move the pictures around.
I'm currently editing one of the pictures so I can move it, and then we can animate so it looks like it's moving on the phone.
And then I'm the one taking the pictures. After she does that, we have to line it up with the pieces of tape. And then we have to get it perfect, and then we take the picture, and at the end, it turns into a film. This is stop motion.
Talk to me as a parent. Did the school recommend the type of device that you would have your child bring?
They did not. They kind of worked with whatever devices students already had and were familiar with. And so in our case, my daughter had a phone, she had an iPod Touch. Eventually we added a laptop to the mix, but it was based more on what she needed class by class. And what worked for her and for our family. There wasn't a blanket recommendation or suggestion of what she needed to bring in. It was kind of whatever we already had in place. It just sort of got incorporated a little more each year. When my daughter started as a 6th grader, we didn't see it as much, but now that she's in 8th grade, you know, it's part of virtually every class that she's in, and it's been just kind of, it just has been a very natural transition into it.
The school has computers available for students who may not have a device. We've also found that some students are very willing to share. They might have a couple of devices that they bring, and they've been like, oh, here, you know, use this device for this particular, you know, problem that you're working on right now. So I have not heard of any or experienced any type of inequities among students.